Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? I hope you had a good day. I was blessed to have an excellent day, and I was asking myself, why is that? And I thought very possibly because the weather outside is so sunny and so bright, it really does lift our spirits and our psyche. And personally, when it's warm and glowing out, it just does affect us in the way we are, which had me thinking about something really powerful, an experience that occurred exactly 1 year ago. And let me share it with you tonight. This evening, universally, it is known as Yom HaShoah, a day in which Jews around the world recognize and appreciate and dedicate this day to the day in which we remember and will never forget the C.A.S.H million Hakdoshim, the 6 million holy brothers and sisters who perished, who were barbarically murdered, Kiddush Hashem, sanctifying God's name for no other reason, just by the fact that they were Jewish. And tonight, the Yom HaShoah, the day designated Shoah, which means a literal translation of the word Shoah is whirlwind. The day of the whirlwind was established in 1959 in Israel into law that this should be the day of the 27th day of the month, the Hebrew month of Nisan, a day in which we remember our brothers and sisters who perished. Why? Because this is the anniversary of the uprising of the Warsaw Ghetto on the 27th of Nisan. Let me share with you exactly 1 year ago. Chana and I and various members of the community went to Poland, Białystok, Warsaw, Krakow. And then one of the most meaningful days, of course, is a crescendo. You wait until you get till the special day, and then you head to Auschwitz, what they refer to as the Auschwitz Museum. And I was standing there with 10,000 Jews under the banner Arbeit macht frei, about to walk with Chana, members of the community, our daughter Adina. Holding a Sefer Torah next to me was the Israeli ambassador, the chief rabbi of Israel, Rabbi Lau, who himself a Holocaust survivor, various members of the Israeli cabinet, heads of state, really a powerful moment. And we walked from Auschwitz, and by the way, Auschwitzen was a beautiful Jewish town which had half its population were Jewish and many shuls. We walk approximately 3 kilometers through a beautiful town of Auschwitz, if you can call it that, into Birkenau, which is the labor and death camp. And from the thousands of memories, messages, just thoughts, emotions that I experienced over that week, I don't think anything was as raw and as real to me as I was walking this 3 kilometers and I looked outside and I saw, but it's so sunny. But the trees, they're blossoming, the flowers, they're budding, the grass is green, the vegetation is alive. It looks so alive. As a child, I was fixated with stories of the Holocaust. I would read up on it, I would watch movies on it, but to me it was always doom and gloom, dark, black and white, gray, rain, dreary. It was just horrid. But actually, the towns were beautiful. And the cities were lined with parks and houses all around. And I said to myself, it just became a reality. Can you imagine as I'm standing here at the border of Short Hills, somebody says to me, let's march to Livingston Town Center, because over there they're going to create a camp and annihilate people. Or if you lived in various countries, you were put on cattle carts. Give you an example, you lived in Connecticut or New York and you were cattle carted out to Pennsylvania somewhere to some barren land field, and there you were murdered with your family. It became alive and real. Whereas outside it was sunny, it was beautiful, people lived there. But just within a few kilometers, the worst of humanity was there. The Rebbe behind me of blessed memory was once asked in 1962 by a New York Times reporter, Rebbe, is it possible for this to occur again? We live in an era where we understand humanity differently, freedom, liberty. Is it possible for humanity to stoop to such levels again? And the Rebbe, having experienced his own Holocaust through Russia and Ukraine and having lost family members in the Holocaust, the Rebbe answered to him in Yiddish, Morgen in der Früh, which literally means tomorrow morning, which the Rebbe was sharing and conveying as easy and as fast as tomorrow morning will come, that's as easy as it can happen again. So our mission tonight is not just to remember what took place. Of course, first and foremost, we have to remember the holy Kedoshim, the holy beautiful souls, the families, the communities, the shuls, the schools, the life that was just ripped out of millions in Eastern Europe. But we have to remember that this was enacted where? As an established official date in Israel, in our holy land, Eretz Yisrael, our state of Israel. Now think about that for a moment. And when I think about how we were able to transplant life in Eastern Europe all the way over to the Middle East, to our homeland of Israel, I thought back to a picture that I had in my office, and it's very meaningful to me. It's a picture that I purchased in Israel a couple of years ago. And for me, this depicts really life today. Here's a picture of a Israeli soldier, a chayal dedicated to defending our homeland, and a picture of a chassid bringing the life, the Yiddish, the culture, the music, the tunes, the ingredients of that generation over to Israel. And our job is really to mesh the two together and to remember them together. We may have differences of opinion, we may view it differently, some people may view their service differently and their commitment differently, but at the end of the day, each one of us have that same love and that same connection to each other, and each one of us have that same commitment to seeing a healthy future of our people, Am Yisrael Chai, and a healthy future of our Israel. And so as I did last night, I'm going to share a very brief video. It's only a minute and a half, sent to me by Betty, and I want to thank you, Betty, for that. It really does help when we show a video of exactly this message, a message of Israel, a message of Europe, the Shoah, and how today we can be proud. And personally, as your rabbi and as your friend, I cannot tell you how proud I am to be in charge or at the head of the leadership of a community where people dedicate their lives, their resources, their energy to Israel and to remembrance of the Holocaust. And more than anything else, I have been blessed in my life to have with us members who have survived, but not just survived, they have thrived and brought Yiddishkeit here from Eastern Europe, and they are to us the most dearest members of our community. And so while I very much wanted that these members should join us tonight and speak, they, understandably, it's too emotional tonight, plus they are very, how would I say this, they don't exactly get Zoom. I said, can you Zoom? They thought it meant Zoom over here. They're not comfortable speaking in front of a camera. So Chana, as she's been doing and dedicating herself to having Holocaust survivors share their books, those who have authored books and those speaking for us over the last year, we plan to continue that next month, but for tonight I wasn't able to secure that. However, I was able to arrange that tomorrow night at 7:45. Chazan Chuni Cohen, who is Chana's cousin and also our Shadchan when I was 12, he's going to be joining us via Zoom with Chana's brother, Chuni, another cousin, Chuni Teitelbaum, who will be accompanying him to sing songs and to entertain us in a very spiritual and meaningful way of yesteryear, and songs from Israel, and songs of current songs, Kalabach and Lidalach and Nigunim. Songs of yesteryear such as Yidische Mame, ois nicht so besser auf dem Welt, Tumbala, 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 Laika. I'm sure you know all of these, really such beautiful songs. Auf dem Pripitschig brennt a Feuer, und in Stub is heiß. Okay, I won't ruin it for tomorrow night, so I look forward to sending that out to everybody tomorrow. Please join us. Light a candle tonight, give an extra charity and recite an extra prayer on behalf of all those Kedoshim, holy and pure ones, who were lost then, but very much live alive through us and all of us tonight. Am Yisrael Chai, Lehitraot, Laila Tov.